Okay, now I'm going to give you some feedback on pushing your infographic animation. And like I said before, these are not criticisms of you. This is just a way to push your work and help you stand out in the job market. All right, now, general rule of thumb when you're dealing with type. You want it up long enough for the person to be able to read it twice. Things are moving and the person is distracted, so have the text up at least long enough for the person to read it twice. Okay, that's my first constructive criticism. And things you can do is you can find words that are call out in here and change the color and make them larger so someone can look quickly and see what the important part is. Like, say you wanted below the poverty line. You could make that one line a little bit larger or bold or whatever you see fit as the designer. We'll go to character. Let's make it a little bit larger. And let's just change the color. I'm going to do red just so it pops. Like, obviously you wouldn't use this color. I'm just showing you how that stands out more. Just watch where it lines up over there. And remember, if you've got your number selected and press the up and down keys, that's a fast way of dialing in and seeing how it's going to sit in your animation. So that's another tip when you're doing infographics is remember, motion design is graphic design plus time and space. So this is your visual hierarchy. Oh, this is the point you want to talk about. Or, you know, just finding, I picked this random line, helping it stand out in the scene, okay? And then have the text up long enough to be read. Now, look at this right here, this radial wipe you've got going on. What's happening is, let's make this a little longer, and this a little longer. Now let's take a look at that transition. See what happens? It's bringing you into the next scene. And what were to happen if, see how that graph just pops on? Let's grab this and this, slide this over here. I'm gonna hit the U keys. All right, let's undo that. Here's your gradient. Okay, fine. These layers I'm gonna drag out. Now it's working like a transition, the way it should, right? So now let's take a look at shape. There, good. Okay, now I'm gonna select these, hit U to see your keyframes. I don't know why that's moving. It's the dark one on top. Let me hit P for position. P for position. Nope. Okay. Well, that's weird. So I'm going to undo that. Okay, fine. What's going to happen if I switch my logic here? I'm going to drag these over here. So they start where I want them to start. Okay, fine. And I'm going to put this on top. I'm going to hit Command D to duplicate. Put it above. And it's going to come around. Let's make it a alpha matte. So I'm under my modes. Oh, wait. Pre-compose. Remember, an alpha matte is one layer revealing one layer. So now here, that there. Layer beneath it. Remember, your mask goes over your face. So I duplicated your reveal, put it on top, and set the layer below it as an alpha matte that I pre-composed together. Now look at that. Now it's going in correctly. All right. And then obviously the statistics and whatnot would slide over as well. But I'm just showing you how you're able to keep that wipe and go into your next scene. Just duplicate that layer, pre-compose everything below it, and, you know, it'll work as a transition. That's a way of pushing your animation further. Now, this is a somber statistic, so, you know, maybe what you could do is have one of them look sad. Let's see if we can find the one it is. Okay. Let's see if it's you right here. There, right there. That's your 1. Okay, so we've got our child. They fade on. Fine. Now I'm going to try a little bit of puppet pinning here. So I'm going to go pin, pin, pin at the hips, pin, pin. Let's go middle of the chest, where the neck would meet, shoulders, hands, top of the head, bottom of the head. Okay, so let's just move forward a little bit. And let's bring this down a little bit. Sink the shoulders down a little. And I know this isn't lining up, I'm just doing this quick to give you some ideas. Just bring those shoulders down a little bit because they're sad. So I just did that fast. Let's see what that looks like. So there's the kid standing upright. And then they're... Obviously, you would pay more attention to the arms, but just that little bit, like give them a little bit of weight and sadness to them might help without being overly dramatic. Just something subtle to find little ways of making it move. But, you know, pretty nice. Like I said, have the stuff up long enough to be read twice, and then actually use your transitions as transitions by duplicating it, pre-composing all the layers below it, and then that layer that's below your duplicate, just set it to alpha matte in your track mats. Remember, that's in your modes. Click toggle switches and modes. These are the switches. There's your modes, and that's where you would set alpha matte right there under the track mat for the layer below your radial wipe. All right, hope that helps, and have a great end of your semester. Very nice work.